students, today I'm going to show you how to make lamb and vegetable soup. You practiced cutting skills last week and peeling the vegetables, so I thought this would be an ideal recipe for you to try. Okay, so the ingredients we'll need is some lamb. You can have lamb chops or a shank, some corn. I'm using frozen corn today, but you can use tinned corn. Some black beans or kidney beans, an onion, carrots, potatoes, a stick of celery, some beans. These ones are frozen, but you can use fresh if you like. I'm going to use chicken stock today, pepper and salt. Tin tomatoes, pumpkin. You'll need some bay leaves, dried or fresh, and you'll need oil, any type of oil. We will need a chopping board, a cook's knife, a wooden spoon, a peeler, measuring spoons, measuring cup, a bowl for scraps, and a pot to cook our soup in. You'll need some tongs. Okay, so we're going to start with chopping up the onion. That's going to give the soup a lot of flavour. So we just chop the top and tail. Then we chop the first layer and twist. So then I can get my thumb in and peel it quickly. And just put all the scraps into the bowl. There we go. Then I'm going to chop it in half from top to tail. And I'm going to slice it. Now if you're not comfortable doing this, you chop it with the way that you're comfortable. I'm doing this technique because it's the quickest way to chop an onion. And then I won't be crying as much. Be very careful with your fingers. Okay, so once we've chopped the onion, we're going to put it in a bowl here. And put it aside until we're ready to use it. Okay, next we are going to peel some carrots. Your peeler might not look like this, it doesn't matter, just whatever peeler you've got. Straight into the bowl with the scraps. And then cut the top and tail off. And then you can chop your carrots. Careful not to chop your fingers. I want you to take your time with this, okay? Alright. So next we're going to chop up the celery. Again, take your time. Work carefully. Now you're probably used to throwing out this part, but this part is going to make the soup even tastier. So I'm going to chop that up and add that in as well. Just roughly chop it. Adds a lot of flavour. Okay, so I've got 4 small potatoes. So I'm going to cut them in half again, and in half again. Notice how when I cut the potato, I put it on the board this way, not this way, because I want it stable while I'm cutting it, so there's no accidents. You can't move around if it's on the flat side. And done. So we only need a cup of pumpkin. So I've sliced it like this. Now I'm just going to cut the skin off. Okay, so that goes into the scraps. And then I'm going to cut it into little cubes. Done. So we're now going to turn the heat on and put a little bit of oil in the pot. Alright, let that heat up a little bit. And you're going to need some tongs, I forgot to mention that before. So we're going to put the chops in there and let it brown. Okay, so try not to play around with it too much. You want to turn it once it's become a little bit brown, okay? So maybe give it a minute or two and then turn it. Oh, there we go. Now I'm taking it off the heat and putting it onto a fresh plate. I'm going to set it aside for a moment. All the little bits out. Alright, so now the oil is flavoured with the meat and we're going to start sauteing the onion in there. So I'll grab the onion. Okay, so in goes the onion. With a little bit of a stir. At this point we're going to turn the heat down to low. Okay, so the onion looks nicely browned off. Now I'm going to add the bay leaf. The bay leaf, we're not going to eat that. We're going to leave it in the soup while it's cooking. It gives it extra flavour and then we'll remove it. So we're going to start adding the vegetables. First we'll put in the potato. Mix that through. Then the carrot. So I'm putting all the hard vegetables in first because they'll take longer to cook. Then the pumpkin. At this point I'm going to add the tin of diced tomatoes. And I'm going to put a little bit of water in there just to get the rest of the tomato juice out. Bit of a swirl. And then it goes. Put the celery in, corn, green beans, and black beans, which have been drained and rinsed. Approximately 2 tablespoons of stock. I'm using chicken, but you could use beef or vegetarian if you like. Okay, now I'm going to put in 4 cups of water. And I'm going to pop the meat back in. And we're just going to let that simmer for a bit. Okay, so now we're going to season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Don't put too much. It's better to have not enough than too much because you can't take it out, but you can add some in. Okay, so now we've got it on high heat. We're keeping a watch on it, and once it starts to simmer, we're going to turn it onto low heat and leave it cooking for about an hour with the lid off. Okay, so it's been an hour. We've cooked our soup. As you can see, it's evaporated a little bit, so all the flavours are now intensified. I'm going to pull out the lamb at this point. It'll be nice and soft. It'll be falling apart, as you can probably see. Alright. So I'm just going to slice it up. I'll pull it apart, that's all I really need to do. You can cut it in big chunks or smaller pieces, that's entirely up to you. Now I'm going to return that back to the soup. So now we're going to mix the meat through with the vegetables. It smells great. And then, there you have it. Make sure that you pull out the bay leaves. Alright, now for the taste test. Delicious. Hope you enjoy cooking this, and I hope you enjoy eating it more. Bye for now.